Hey guys, go back to last summer with me and let's go on a pack trip into the Bob Marshall Wilderness area. If not for anyone else, I thought it would be fun for myself and people that went on the trip to kind of have one place to look back at pictures and memories. But tag along. Okay, so here's a little bit of an overview of where we went. We were all super thankful for Brett navigating us into the wilderness range and my dad kind of getting us there safely horseback. So it took us 2 days of riding time total. Probably would not have taken that long, but we ran into some bumps. One of those bumps being that the trail was not completely cleared, and so we spent a lot of time stopping and clearing it ourselves with only this axe. And so maybe if we'd been a little bit prepared for some forest clearing, that would have been better, but we did it all by hand. And there was lots of trees to clear. So the first day was a lot of clearing trees, and then we finally found a good spot that was not the planned spot, but a good enough spot to stop and rest and let the horses eat so we could get started again in the morning. This next clip coming up just kind of shows a little spot we took the horses to eat and hang out. This was Trip. He went on the trip with us. And he is trying to jump on Bumblebee right here. And I just love this video because all Bumblebee can think about is food. And Trip's climbing all over trying to use all his strength to jump up on this horse. So we stayed the night one night, got all the horses loaded back up, and the next day we finished our ride. Things kind of opened up, and then we went through another downfall area, and we finally got to the base of the river so that we could start our rafting trip. Shorty takes his rolling very seriously, but I think it was safe to say that all the horses were happy to have made it. Butter's kind of playing around with some of the tarps. But everyone is super happy to make it and just relax, and this was a very pretty place for them to hang out and eat, and super peaceful. So the 3 that didn't float down or raft down the river took all of the horses and packed them out of the wilderness area. So they had to load up all these horses. There was 3 people riding that led 18 horses total. And I kind of show that here in this next video. But to lead all those horses, you just have to tie one to the one behind it, either their pack saddle or something like that. Kind of make sure if they'll sit back, it'll break free, but keep it tight enough they can all keep going. So here in the video you can see them leading out. And then it was time for the other 7 of us to get on the river. And I guess it was 8, including Milo, who decided he was not going to ride out with the horses. He was too tired, and he came and rafted the river with us. Rafting the river was super fun because we got to take breaks to play in the water or to fish. Trip and Rowdy loved to fish so much, and they were having fun teaching us some fly fishing, so it was nice to stop and hang out and do that. Milo loved when the river was calm and nice and clear like this. He did not love when it got pretty rapidy. Here is the main boat that carried most of our gear with Brett and Trip. And then Elise and Rowdy rode together. Me and Kenzie each had our own rafts, and Jenny was in her own with some more supplies. So this video was one of the regular pack trains that came through, all these mules. I think he had, I'll have to count, but there was one group with 12 and another with 7 that came through and led all those mules out by himself. So he gives rides to people in and drops them off and then leads all of them out by himself. So it's kind of cool to run into another string of horses. This one, actually that mule where there's the break in the line, he must have stopped to eat or something and broke the line, but they kept going on themselves, and kind of in this situation it's better just to keep moving so you don't get things tangled up. The water was also freezing, but my sisters loved to go swimming in it. Even Milo enjoyed taking a dip every now and then. My younger sister was trying to skip rocks and hit my other sister in the face, so we started calling her Rock Face.
I'm videoing you. It's huge.
I think total we were on the river for about 5 days. So here's a picture of Jenny. Trip and Rowdy's mom and Brett's wife that also went with us.
It's cool.
One of the coolest stops we got to make along the river was stopping at a Forest Service station that's out there. So they had, kind of a fully operational Forest Service station with horses and food and volunteers and workers and people out there to fight fires. And so we got to check all of that out and kind of check out all the buildings they have and everything. And it was super cool to see that all out in the middle of nowhere. We also got to hike up to a lake that was in the middle of the mountain range. And so this was kind of a longer hike, getting to check out the river. And in this next clip, you'll see the lake that we hiked to is huge and awesome and super secluded, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So we just took a little day hike away from the river and explored this pretty lake. I wasn't as good about capturing pictures towards the end of the trip because we did start going through more gorges, and so I was keeping my phone put away in the raft. But we did get some rain on the last day too, and I think by the end of it we were super excited to see the three boys with the horses, and they packed us all out and took us back to the trucks, and then we drove home, and what an awesome trip it was. Super thankful to have a memory like this, and I'm glad that I got to take you guys along. Featuring Fred the Mule.